Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on Ones and Ones, the show where we roll a lot of ones and a lot more ones. Thank you for joining us. I am your Dungeon
God,
Master,
how many
the
ones?
Billy Rom. Let's go around the virtual mahogany table. We're back to the virtual one.
Oh.
Fucking garbage.
No, it's a very nice mahogany virtual table.
Not comparison.
Okay, but obviously the real thing's better.
Right. So let's start over here. I always start with you, David. You always complain like, oh, we already said my name. And now I'm referring to you first because that's what we always do. But then you still didn't respond. So now I'm just going to do it always. And then you're going to have to deal with it. Too bad.
Yep.
You missed your chance.
My name's David.
Anyway, that's David.
I'm playing 3 characters.
He's
like
playing 3
everyone
characters
else.
like everyone else.
My name's Mitch. I also play 3 characters like everybody else. It's an established bit.
No. We stopped it last time, though.
Bringing it back.
No, unnecessary.
Zombie bit.
Sure.
Bit, back from the dead. I'm Faith.
Thank you,
and I
Faith.
play 3 characters.
God damn it. Also, it sounded. Also, I'll say it did sound really awkward just going, I'm Faith. So,
That's
yeah,
why we say
right,
it.
It's fine.
That's
why
fine.
Because it's just weird saying, this is my name. You
I'm
want to add...
Susanna.
I do it.
But then you say I'm your dungeon master.
Right.
We can't all be the dungeon master, Omid.
Susanna always gives me my
And I play Beatrice, Kat,
just say
and
3
Ambrielle.
characters. Just say 3 characters. Jesus.
Who I play.
You were worse than everyone else for once.
And now as our characters die, some people will be like, I play 2 characters, or I play 1 character, or
and you'll
I
be
play no
reminded
characters.
of the trauma.
That'll be the tension. It'll be the drama. It'll be the payoff.
What will happen if someone gets all their characters killed?
Oh, the campaign's over, remember?
Oh, if one person, all of their character dies?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was if every character dies.
No, because then you can't play.
Well, I don't know. We're not just going to do an 8-month jag where Nick's the only person alive? Like, I don't know.
No, I'm not going to have you on all for that. Anyway, couple things. Couple episodes ago, it looked really shitty quality because we were in live person, but the other 2 were fine for whatever reason. Sorry about that. Genuinely sorry about that. I realized I was very, what's the word for that? Very,
aggressive?
The word is almost aggressive, but that's not the exact word I'm looking for. Confrontational. Thank you. Thank you, Susanna. That sounded very confrontational. But you can handle it. You're good. It's not the first time. I've yelled at all of you.
You should have
for no reason.
Should have been there for the test episodes we did.
Oh my god. But they were tests, so I knew it would be fine. Maybe they'll air one day. I know. Well,
the lost episodes.
I thought it'd be funny if I'd be aggressive.
Don't forget to likes, comment, and subscribe.
No, don't forget to don't like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. That's how I remind
reverse
people.
Psychology.
Well, don't call it out, Mitch.
And click that bell.
Don't call out how I'm manipulating.
Don't click the bell. Jesus,
you.
David. One
Add
job.
us on LinkedIn.
Jesus Christ. See, that I'm okay with people saying, because that sounds like a joke.
Follow us on Pinterest.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're on fire tonight, Faith. That's 2 fire jokes.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Y'all missed
they don't know
one
the first one and they don't get
to. Yeah, it's privileged information. It's too good to share with the public.
I suppose we should play.
What's not just a podcast now?
No. That Faith should be the one doing all the recording and hosting if we were doing that. But she's not. For whatever reason.
I have a job.
Yeah,
Leave
for whatever reason.
My job?
Leave a comment below if you want Faith to create her own podcast.
Like this video if you want to create your own podcast. Also, do both. Anyway, so last time on Normie's campaign, God, what? Basically, two things happened, but it was crazy.
Right.
We sucked. We sucked. That's what happened.
That might have been a few episodes ago.
At some point we sucked.
Right. So, Clem fell into a river, and John jumped in to help him. Forlorn fucked around. He tried an ice spell. And that sounds very simple. It was very harrowing. And Clem and John both almost died. John.
Well, we didn't.
Yeah, John jumped in to save him and successfully did so because he would have died on his own. Clem, yes.
Oh, absolutely.
And then the rest of the party went to go get Nick and Ambria, who definitely like each other. Went to go get follow the smoke signals to find Cat,
and Knives and Wolfric.
Knives and Wolfric. And then
we learned that Ambriel doesn't like Wolfric.
No. Most likable character. And we also found after that, after the river the river problems, they decided to go north instead of east like they were going to originally, and eventually found the party. Wolfric clocked.
Wait. Clem got a monkey first.
Oh yes, Clem did make a monkey friend, who's gone along with them, and you named her. What did you name her?
Clarice.
Clarice, yes, Clarice the monkey. Hello, Clarice. And Wolfric clocked Forlorn right away as being a little shit. And the rest of the group decided on I guess a democracy for their little group for now.
Wolfric kept being French.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they voted to allow the others in. They also set some ground rules about a warning, punishment, and banishment system as their first two votes. And now everyone has grouped together. They've all had a nice night's sleep. Well, not nice for everyone because only 4 people could fit in the small shelter out of the 12 people, and 2 people stayed up. And now we are starting on a new day. So I need everyone to pick a character that they want to wake up as.
Well, Wolfric's already awake, so I pick Wolfric.
You can pick whoever you want, Nick. That doesn't matter.
I know, but I'm picking Wolfric.
Sure, go ahead.
Because he's already awake.
So you will pick one person to wake up as, to play as, and then once per day, you may switch what character you are playing as. And that is how it will go from session to session or day to day.
Thank God.
Day to day is how it will go. So you will only be able to play 2 characters max a day in the game.
Who are going to be put on autopilot?
Yeah, the others will be autopilot.
They'll be doing tasks and being useful.
Yeah, and you can still respond as them. I mean, but who you will be using, if someone goes out, you can send other people out or if you want, but I wouldn't send them too far. It'll just auto die.
I hope you guys don't like Jean-Claude because he will not be doing a lot of adventuring.
It's okay. When your other 2 characters will die, you'll have to use them then. So yeah. So let me know. Starting with David, who are you waking up as?
Not really sure. Wish I had more time to think about this.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows who they're playing as? Mitch, you're playing as Wolfric?
As Wolfric.
Okay, so then let's go to Faith.
Sharn.
Sharn, all right. Sounds about right.
Somebody pick a tiefling.
Susanna. Jesus Christ.
I'll speak in German again. I'll do it.
I assume Forlorn is getting chosen, so.
I'm going to play Cat.
Cat? Ooh, okay. Okay, so we got Wolfric, Cat, and Sharn.
I think I'll do forlorn.
Okay. All right. And remember, you can switch once per day.
Okay.
You can switch once per day. So, everybody except Wolfric wakes up in the morning. Oh, let me roll on my weather table. We have not done that yet. Do, 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 da, 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 da. Come on, let's roll a 1 on the D100. Do, 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 do.
One's a hurricane.
We did look for rain. I do remember distinctly.
For yesterday, yes, and there wasn't going to be
no
rain.
for overnight.
For overnight.
For
well, maybe
overnight.
I'll give you advantage. Let's see here.
Since we watched out,
it probably will be. The odds of rain are very low. Where's my sheet?
Are we in a desert? Does it only rain 5 times a certain amount of percentage of year?
Listen, I'm just going off this this weather table that
this
I was
fantasy weather chart
given.
He's the fantasy weatherman.
All right.
I thought you were gonna say the fantasy weather boy.
Jesus.
Well, no, that's what he would like. He would like to know, wouldn't he?
Weather boy.
Fantasy weather boy.
He would.
All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. 40. I mean, don't worry about the number. All right, we're in summer. Okay, so you wake up to clear skies.
Cool.
Presumably.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to look up and check the weather. No.
So nothing.
Roll for weather.
Nothing bad happened over the night.
No, you all. I mean, I remember you all rolling bad perception checks. The only things you noticed was wolves howling.
Okay.
Because they were very loud. You might have missed other sounds. You were really focusing on that because
Sure.
That's what you were told of as like a big nearby threat.
Wolfric will continue to sort of pace around and watch things. If he smells food getting made,
Mm-hmm.
he will go and get some breakfast. But other than that, he's going to continue what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Ever vigilant.
Okay. So Wolfric's surveying the area currently. So how food works, just so you all know. So you will need 5 portions as a meal. Okay. So
wait. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong thing. Keep going. Food.
Okay. So your berries are each 1 portion. So you'll need 5 berries, and that's like a meal. I'll say you don't need breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but you do need at least 2. So you can skip breakfast if you wish, but you do need lunch and dinner. Otherwise, you will start having exhaustion issues like Wolfric did, because he chose not to eat.
So, sorry, I was typing.
Mm-hmm.
There's five things of food that we can have.
Mm-hmm. And that's a meal.
And one meal is 5 things.
Yes.
5
per
portions.
person.
Per person. So each of the
Per
berries
person,
that you all
okay.
found, yeah, and your berries are 1. Like the fish would have been like 5.
Okay.
So in most things I'll do like 1, 5, or maybe like 2.
So how much food would you say Wolfric has right now? Because he probably ate earlier that day,
Mm-hmm.
but not like later.
What did you have to eat?
He probably while he was
I
at
thought
home.
you said you weren't eating anything.
I mean, okay. Before the fiction of the game started, there was a whole
Right.
day that happened.
Oh
before,
yeah,
right?
I counted that as a lunch or whatever.
Okay.
So you all only had to eat 1 meal yesterday.
Okay. So how much food did you say that I have right now then?
That you have on your person?
No. Like, I thought it was like a bar, like my food bar. How full is it?
Oh, 0.
Okay.
It's the morning. Everyone's a 0.
That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
No problem. Susanna will be right Berber.
So what's Forlorn up to with his magical powers?
He
his
probably
shadiness.
wakes up.
Interesting. He wakes up. Interesting.
Very. He's not a morning person. He kind of just wakes up and kind of has like that resting bitch face where he's just like he did not have a good night's sleep. He slept on the ground under the stars.
Mm-hmm.
Alternatively, Forlorn is just a bitch.
Maybe it's also that.
Maybe.
Kind of looks around, see that the fire's gone, and he looks for like an area away from trees, away from people, and just starts a fire.
You want to just start it where the old fire was?
No, he
Probably
doesn't.
that.
No, he didn't do that. That's not how you described it, David.
Where would they have made the original fire? Next to trees? Probably not.
Right. But you could have just said I picked the same spot. Is what we're getting at.
You
You elected
described
not to.
looking
You actively
around.
chose
Sure.
not to say I picked the same spot.
Yeah, so
Sure.
we're gonna say you did it at a different spot.
Sure. I'm sure this is gonna be brought up hundreds of times after this.
I assume it. I mean, for Lauren, in my perspective, for Lauren's perspective, it looks more impressive if he does it like in a spot that didn't have anything before. Otherwise, people might think he used the wood. So this looks more impressive, right? So he's showing off a little bit. So I think it makes
Sure.
Was
sense.
there something wrong with where the
There we
fire was
go.
before?
There's number one. What? Sorry.
Was there something wrong with where the fire was before?
No. What? Where was the fire originally?
Sharn is gonna point to a spot that's maybe like 5 feet from where you moved the fire.
And there's like clearly like charcoals and stuff there, little
Yeah.
fire pit that Sharn probably dug out.
I'm sorry. I'll make sure to I'll move it if you want me to. And he casts it again, dispelling the other one.
All right. Well, it wasn't a comment. I was more just trying to. I know a bit about fire building, but I don't know a ton. So I was just asking, if you had any expertise.
I learned how to do this yesterday. So
Very interesting.
I guess I guess it's become trivial for me. Not to brag.
Magic has become trivial for you.
Well, no.
That's a statement I don't
Making a
think anyone has
fire.
made in the past several millennia.
Making a fire has become trivial.
Again, I also don't know if that is a statement that many people were making from the time we both came from.
Well, people had spark rocks back in town.
True. But to be able to make a fire, snap of your fingers instantaneously in the wilderness. I'm sorry, I just...
Did I do
grew
something
up all
wrong?
the time. No, I grew up hearing the stories of mages and the like, and
I didn't.
I'm just kind of in awe. It's a very incredible gift you've been given, and I would just remind you.
What stories have you
Maybe.
heard?
Can I remember any?
Oh yeah, go ahead and give me a knowledge check to remember. Think about how mages do magic.
18.
18. So are you trying to remember like stories or like how like magic worked, like how they like were able to form?
Oh, I'm sorry, not 18, 17.
That's fine. Same question.
Okay. I like how magic worked or how it formed. I guess like how it formed, like why people developed magic.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a specialty, and it was more rare in this world because people didn't feel like they needed it as much. Just because there wasn't as much like monsters and stuff to go around. Not that they didn't use it on each other, But because like when I say like they use it on each other, they usually became like part of armies or governments, and that sort of thing. So like the lay person would just get like they would get like an immediate job or something like that. So that you didn't really see it
Yeah.
in like every day kind of thing, but they were definitely around. Um, but so there's several different schools of magic and people who use magic and they harness it in different ways. Um, Forlorn over here seems more like a sorcerer, is what they called it. Someone who, without a magical focus, which is what you usually need, a magical focus in order to like. Everyone has a little bit of magic within them, so like that's why like people like knives can have like magical ingredients from like different monsters, and it's just more palpable in them, and they have different types. But in order for like people to harness theirs and like bind it to their will and that sort of thing, they usually need a focus. Sorcerers are born with a much more powerful influx of magic, and so they can harness it a lot easier as well. So that's kind of what he is, and different like yeah, you usually need a focus, and what it is, it can be many things. Sometimes it's something from like a especially magical creature, like a part of them. Um, Things like gems can sometimes harness magical powers or help you like focus it. Uh, Literally, like some people use like skulls from like someone who is a powerful mage. Um, that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
there's different things you can do to harness it. Mm-hmm.
Do I think that would help him and our focus?
Not him, because if he can
Yeah.
just do this naturally, he's very gifted in the fact that he's a sorcerer and he doesn't need that, because it's more of like a how to control it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that would be what most people would need. He is something very rare. Others like wizards have to like they need an item and also kind of the brain to
Yeah.
it's like equations in their heads and that sort of thing, but with magic. Um, and Yeah, some people have like literally they get their powers from a creature that's alive that just gives it to them.
All right.
Mhm.
I just was trying to think if I knew any like legends or myths or about like how people ended up with magic. But okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it was just from finding it in different places. Most of them didn't create it themselves, like
All right.
Forlorn did.
Yeah. No, you're actually very lucky. It seems that you'd be what is called a sorcerer. It means you don't need focus or any kind of outside influence to harness, because we all have a little bit of magic in us. But you have more than most folk, and you don't need any outside assistance to bring it out, which is very useful, especially here, where we are slightly impoverished when it comes to most things.
Well, I'm here to help, so I will do so in any way I can.
We appreciate that. I believe our first order of business, and Sharn kind of addresses everyone who's up, is, as you've all probably noticed, we're all very hungry, and that problem is only going to get worse. Now, we do have, I believe, a few maybe bananas and potatoes and berries or something along those lines, but I'm not sure. I don't think that is going to last a group our size more than half a day. So I think our first bet should be to go forage for food, and we should probably do so in groups.
I found fish at the stream earlier, like up the river.
Yeah, if you and a couple others want to work on making a net so that we could and maybe a fishing ware that might be useful too.
I'm not very good at like making stuff, but I was able to catch some of the fish with my hands. So maybe once the stuff is made, I can help catch the fish. But I'm not really good at like putting things together.
Yeah. Does anyone want to volunteer to take over making net in the river? Perhaps where Kat can point it out is a opportune spot where she was able to fish earlier. We don't want it to be too far, but
Well, I think I can hang out around camp and focus on crafting. I was not having a lot of luck with the fishing net with the twine plants you gave me last week, but I think with a little more work and time, I can come up with something. And I will think about other options for fishing and exploring our resources so that we can do so more sustainably, shall we say?
And of course, I can provide supervision, guidance.
all right. That seems like a good grouping, and then we should probably also then create a map and a kind of a guide of what is in the local area and what resources are available to us. So I suggest a foraging group goes out for most of the day.
Want to share
Well,
that
I'm
with us,
good at
Omid?
hiding. I'm good at hiding and not being seen, but I'm not really good at finding stuff. So
All right. Well,
I would have to search. No, this is not how you speak as German. No, this is more German.
Yeah.
I would have to find my sheep from time to time. So I'm good at searching for things. I still became a little bit French at the end there. It's uncontrollable, it seems.
The French, they are uncontrollable.
they will take over. Inevitably.
I can provide some travel assistance and some hauling with my horse, though I don't know whether that'd be more useful here at camp or.
Yeah, maybe you should like get big branches so you can make the shelter bigger.
All right, I'll work on that today with Odysseus, who at least who has an inbuilt form of food on the ground, so that's good.
I can probably help with making the map and forging.
Is that John or Forlorn talking?
That's John.
Okay.
That's clearly John.
Okay.
He's not as much of a bitch as Forlorn.
True.
Forlorn is more sinister. I don't know. It comes across in his voice. Forlorn is like slower and more
Yeah.
sinister, ponderous.
I don't trust that motherfucker. All right, that could be useful. I tend to be a bit distractible, but or when I get focused on things, but I can identify anything we come across. So I will go with the foraging group and help identify what is useful and what is not. And potentially we'll between the foragers and the fishers, we'll have some food for ourselves later by midday. Do we want to meet back here midday, and then perhaps we can start on one side of the river and then work on the other side of the river in the latter half of the day?
Swimming across the river, kind of dangerous. Me and Clem nearly drowned yesterday.
We don't have to swim across the river, do we? We could just go to the river, and then until we have a way to go across it, we could just stay on the side. Could we not?
Omid, did any of the characters who've walked kind of up and down this river, obviously I don't think Sharn did, but Nick did, Ambriel did,
Yeah.
Kat.
Wolfric,
A lot of
Kat,
people
there-
did, yeah.
Was there any area nearby that's an easy crossing?
For going which way? East?
If we they're just the river we are on.
Right, yeah.
Which side of it are we on?
Oh, you're on the west side. So it would be very
if we
easy
wanted to go to the...
Yeah, it would be very easy. That rocky place. The river goes like in between there, and actually it gets very easy to cross.
Oh, there's a place a little far. Remember the area we all went through when we brought you back? It's very narrow there. You could easily cross. It's kind of rocky. Maybe like an hour or like 30 minutes.
Not
that
even.
way?
Yeah, maybe like 30 minutes.
Well, that certainly works for us. I will stay here at the camp until we are ready to try some fishing.
Do we have any like weaponry or like protections or like how are we dividing those up? Or
I have a stick.
I have mine
Ooh.
staff.
Stick and staff. All right. It seems we're off to a great start.
I've
And
got
I
a
have-
sharp rock.
And again, ominously, unintentionally, from behind Clem is Dante. And I've got my cleaver.
Well, aren't you lucky? You got your cleaver with you.
I always carry it, Knives.
I was away from the kitchen when all this happened.
And that
I was
serves
handling
you
my
well,
children.
Dante. With his knives. And Clem's gonna walk a little bit farther away from Dante.
We should.
The last time I tried to find another sharp rock, I ran into some sand that tried to eat me. Oh, so y'all be on the lookout for sand that tries to eat you.
Sand that tries to eat you?
Yeah, like you start walking into the sand and it just tries to eat you.
Oh. Yes, darling, that's quicksand, I believe.
Was it?
Yes, I think that's its name.
It did not seem that quick to me. But what do I know? I am still French.
Faster
Fuck
than
me.
regular
God
sand.
damn it. There's an indeterminate accent now. I can't even commit to one side. Do not know
I
what
mean,
is
it's
wrong with me.
faster than regular sand. So quick by comparison, I guess. All right, all those for the foraging group. I'll be going. John, I believe, has volunteered. Who else?
I wanted to go.
All right, Wolfric.
He said that he would like to go as well.
Yeah. All right, Wolfric. So that's 4. We would probably also want one more person who's forlorn. Would you like to come with us since we'll be venturing out and you can start fires with your mind?
Sure, I can help there. Not really familiar with the wilderness, but looks like you are, so I guess we have that part covered.
I think that less coming along for wilderness knowledge and more to have someone on lookout for protection.
I can do that too.
So, who's going?
Sharn,
Yeah.
John, Forlorn, because I'm trapping David in a group with himself,
Huh.
and Wolfric.
Just those 4?
And then I don't know, and no one else has volunteered.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, those are
Cats.
the ones who wanted to go foraging, yeah.
Cat's fishing.
Cat
Wait.
and Jean-Claude and Beatrice were gonna do fishing.
Okay.
And I think John was gonna start bringing larger logs, or not John. Nick is gonna bring larger logs to camp with Odysseus. And I think that's probably also what Dante. So everyone else remaining for now is probably gonna work on shoring stuff up. It might be a good idea for us to bring one more person. Someone
Okay.
can spare their morning.
So, if you're going in groups of 5 or greater,
Mm-hmm.
all stealth checks will be at disadvantage.
Oh.
Okay.
All
Never
stealth
mind.
checks. If you have a group of 5 or
No.
more.
Never
This is-
mind. We don't need a 5th person. There's something. God? God, you slime fucker!
You think I'm gonna let you all walk around the forest with 12 people? Fuck that. And have no consequences? No.
I'm pretty sure
With 12 player
if
characters?
if
I don't think
12 people
so.
are making stealth checks, someone's gonna roll a natural one.
Yeah, but you could do like an
Alright.
even like 6 and it would be easy, so nah.
All right, let's.
Even then, the odds are kind of pretty badly against us.
Okay, so we've got a group of 4 for foraging. We've got a group of 3 for fishing. That leaves 3 people who are just hanging about, or 4 people. But
Knives would probably help out with building shelters.
yeah, and
Great.
that's what Dante's good for anyway. So
Yeah, and I imagine the people who are doing the fishing will probably stay at camp until they have a working net and things to build a ware with. A ware, if I will remind you, is a very, very successful and ancient form of fishing, wherein you like section off a section of the river. It's river. It's a WEIR ware. Like a
Yeah, you
flow
can
dam.
set other people to menial tasks while you're playing your actual characters.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, Nick and Odysseus will Are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm just informing the people. I'm just
Alright, so-
adding some optional reading.
Thank
optional
you. I
reading.
appreciate that.
For all of those at home, please click the link on screen.
Yeah, I've actually
Jesus Christ, yeah, type in all of that.
We are a TED Talk now.
I've actually been to that where before. It's still there. I'm pretty sure that's the one not Cahokia. It's at Etowah Mounds in Georgia.
I don't know. I didn't look at the
Looks
article.
familiar. Anyway.
Alright, so you're all heading. So you're heading north to where the river crossing is.
Sure.
No, we're gonna stay
The
on
watering
this side
hole.
for the morning.
Okay.
No,
Isn't further east where we met the wolves? We might want to go over.
No,
the river.
west is where you went.
no,
the
further
wolves.
west. But we were foraging there yesterday, and we do have to get a map of the area at some point.
Okay.
Like, we're gonna have to
Don't worry,
go
you
there.
have
Yeah,
to lore.
because
Might
if
as
you're
well-
in your own
yeah.
area, because if you're in your own area, you will run out of food eventually. So, yes.
All right. Yeah. So we're gonna. I think what we'll do is we'll start kind of going in a northwestern direction, and then kind of fan south until eventually coming east again, and then up the river.
Kind of like a semicircle.
And Sharn will also ask every single person where the food that they brought, what did the plant look like, in what area did you find it, and just any kind of particular. She already has an example of the potatoes, but she'll ask about Nick's bananas and the. Actually, Clem has not shared the berries. No one knows Clem has them other than his group.
John will show you berries. It's like,
All right.
We found these down south, and it was west, right?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found
It was
by the-
about west from what you remember.
From what I remember.
It was near the tree. All right. Sharn will take note of that. She will leave the 10 twine leaves she has for net making. So
Nick,
someone else write that in their.
I'll put it on Beatrice.
Okay.
Nick did also pass by a bunch of weird, strange plants that he just moved on, but he didn't really investigate because it looked weird.
I don't remember that.
I
don't remember that. All right.
You
I might have
could've-
been fleeing for my life at that moment.
That was before you fleed for your life.
I was fleeing for my life several times
Yeah.
yesterday. are at. But yeah, he'll describe where the bananas he found
Mhm.
were and that kind of plan and stuff.
Yeah. And then, so you're all agreed on going northwest from where you currently are, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
so kind of a little bit along the river and then kind of branching out, kind of fanning down.
So only branching out a little from the river and following it north? Or are you going like diagonal northwest?
I would,
Whatever they think they can cover in half a day.
yeah,
like
whatever we
4
think we can
hours.
cover in 4 hours.
We don't really have a map or like a good idea of like where stuff is. So like just
I mean, it would be hard for you to know
sort of a
how 4
semicircle
hours
and
would be. So basically, just tell me, are you following the river, or are you going in a northwest direction, or are you going a little bit west of the river and then heading north?
We'll go in a northwestern direction for now.
Northwestern, so like diagonal then. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So.
And the other thing, what I'll say is that what the optimal surveying technique, here speaks the archaeologist, is to spread out in a group about 6 feet between each person.
Social distance.
Okay.
And kind of walk. Yeah, social distance.
Yeah,
friends,
you're
and
one.
kind
You're
of
one
scour
square.
the ground.
You're one square away from each other.
And so kind of go fan a little bit, and as we turn, as we walk diagonally and then turn.
Or you get a square between each of you, I should say.
We did not bring a tiefling with us.
No.
In this group. That's cool.
No, forlorn.
Is there.
Okay, forlorn's in that group. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will be a little bit ahead so that you all can, we know that there are wolves and things in the forest, and so therefore we do not wish to encounter these things, and we can maybe avoid them if I can see them before we find them, or before they find us.
Yeah. All right. Forlorn, if you see a wolf, let us know. That'll also be your job, is to just keep an eye out and then help us deal with problems as they arise.
Of course.
Okay.
Me, John, and Wolfric will look for good plants, and he'll also keep an eye out for wolves.
And then let me say another thing about picking which character you go throughout the day. So usually things like menial tasks that you've set Kat to do, Susanna, would be something if you weren't playing that character. So like having like someone go out, that's like playing your character actively. So really it should be, you should pick someone instead of either John or Forlorn.
Well,
and then
Kat
you can
is
set the others to a
paired
menial
with-
task.
Does Ambrielle want to bring his stick?
sure, I guess. We can switch out Ambrielle for Ambrielle doesn't want to go with Wolfric.
Yeah, that's
Then don't have him
that's
go.
what I was thinking. Does Kat want to come if we tell her, they're going to be working on the nets and the wares for most of the morning, so you could come with us for the morning.
Okay, I'm bad at seeing things though. But yeah, sure.
What is Kat good at?
Only physical things. Strength, constitution,
Not bad.
and dexterity.
All right, yeah, we'll bring you. And John can stay home.
Are you sure? I mean, I can. Okay. I'll
Good-
stay
Is
back and
John
help.
good at spotting things?
I mean, I used to count coin back where I was from. Not great at it, I guess. But I'll stay here. Not to worry. I'll help with the wear. I need more exercise, I guess. Pulling logs around and whatnot.
Some people find that invigorating. All right.
I think we want Forlorn to come on the forging thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
serves,
so
he
it'll
serves
be
multiple
Forlorn.
purposes.
Forlorn, Kat, Sharn, and Wolfric. Wolfric, she'll kind of ask Forlorn to pass this message. Wolfric, if you could also help me keep a lookout for anything, and she'll kind of describe several of the plants or anything that might look edible. That'll be very useful.
I will do my best. I do not know that I know many of these plants, but my priority is to keep people safe. You know, the sheep thing is what I know.
All right.
Okay.
Forlorn passes that message along.
Well, Forlorn, you can also keep an eye out for any of these plants as well. Okay. All right. We go out. This is a problem because Sharn can identify everything for days. She cannot spot shit for shit.
All right.
Yeah, so Wolfric will be maybe 10 or 15 feet ahead of them.
Ahead. Okay.
So definitely within eyesight, but just like
Right.
of them, but just like, you know, surveying and keeping an eye out for like motion and like things that would be bad.
Yeah. First of all, everyone give me stealth checks for moving through the forest.
That's okay, Wolfric, I still like you. Can I count this? It doesn't help a lot. Can I count it as tribes? You're a tribe. Or herding?
No.
Okay. That's fine.
Sharn got a 16.
16. Okay.
Disappeared.
11.
11.
Wolfric got a 6.
Okay.
Like a 16, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so you're moving through the forest.
That's okay. Wolfric's not trying to be as...
Wolfric's at the front, so
He's at the front, so he's
Yeah.
naturally less stealthy, and also he's like looking for stuff.
Right, and he wants them to see him. So he's not doing as good of a job.
If they're gonna see anybody, they might as well see Wolfric.
Right.
Exactly.
And then just give me perception checks for trying to find stuff.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Natural
20
20.
total.
Natural
23.
1. Sharn is just like getting very absorbed into particular things. And mapping. 12.
20 total.
20 total. And Mitch, what's your total? I know you got a natural
23.
20. 23. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you all start heading northeast from the base, the shelter.
You mean northwest?
Northwest, yes.
Yeah, northwest.
Northwest. And you go through the forest a bit, and you do you're looking for plants, and you're not spotting any ones that give like food and that sort of thing, like the potatoes.
Potatoes.
However, you do come upon it's a bit of a small clearing. It's not very big. For Sharn, you would recognize it even if you're one. It looks like the same area you started out in. However, the two people who got over 20, actually everyone else, you notice that there seems to be like an opening in the ground that might lead into a possible cave.
Oh, well, I don't know if this is helpful, but I know they're back there. They're trying to build a shelter, but there's like a cave there if it gets really rainy or something.
Yeah.
Well, but maybe something else lives in there.
Yeah. It would be best to scout it out first.
I agree with Wolfric.
I'm sneaky and quiet and small. I can go look, but I'm not good at looking, so.
You also don't have dark vision.
All right.
As a Goliath, I don't?
No, they don't get dark vision.
I am able to go into the cave by myself. This is not a big deal.
All right. If you want to go ahead and do that.
I'll go with you. That's probably best so that you don't go alone.
All right. We'll stay out here. Cat will help look after me, and I'll look after Cat. And while they're gone, I'd like to look for any. I know you said there were no like edible plants, but any
Mhm.
herbal, like things I could use for remedies, things of that nature. I'd like to spend the whole time they're in there just looking for those.
Okay, sure. For you two,
Hmm.
you're going to the caves. You both have dark vision, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you enter the cave, and it's not like a cave that just goes into a right away a dead end. It seems to go further into the earth. How long are you willing to travel before you think of turning back?
As long as it takes.
Probably until I see something like a cliff or like some kind of like impassable terrain or something like that.
Okay.
After 10 minutes, Forlorn will mention that we're getting pretty deep in here.
Okay. So
Maybe look for tracks or bones.
Wolfrick's not that smart.
I'm hoping maybe Forlorn is.
Yeah, Forlorn would probably look for tracks.
for tracks, sure, make a nature check.
Are there any tracks outside of the cave leading?
18.
18. Go ahead and make a perception check. Or you got a 16 before.
Would it be
Yeah.
nature or
let's see.
perception?
For tracks, specifically nature.
Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm not waiting for you to roll, Susanna. Yeah, you don't notice any tracks going in. You do see some that are around the place. The animals have previously come through here, ones with large footprints with claws that seem to have come through here before. You do not notice. It's really hard to tell, David. What did you roll total?
18.
It's a cave. It's really hard to tell to find tracks and that sort of thing in here. Plus, it is still dim light, even with dark vision. But you do notice after at the 10-minute mark, you find, based on your perception checks before, I'm just going to use those for this because this is what led you here. You find a grouping of mushrooms that look edible.
This isn't gonna go well, but so I think they look edible because that's how you've chosen to describe them, or I think they look edible because they look like the kinds of mushrooms and things that Sharon might have described to me.
You can make a nature check. I'll give you bolster 1.
Okay.
Because she
'Cause I
described
described them.
stuff, yes. And you can both roll.
13.
13.
Nature bolster 1. That is
With a -2.
23.
23. Yes. They do look, based off what Sharon has said before, they look like they are edible.
These are the mushrooms that the Sharon was mentioning earlier.
So I could not you would know better than me.
I mean, if you'd like, we can take some back to Sharon and
Yeah, if you can
See
do
if-
this, I see no problem with that.
just come back for the rest if they are.
Well, does the cave continue inwards from here?
Yeah.
We may want to bring more people with us if we are going to go further in. We have already come quite a long way. Do not know if it will continue to be safe.
And it's one grouping, but they're small and there's a lot. There's about 40 here.
40?
Mm-hmm.
How many portions?
Mushrooms are a lot, so that they're small, so it would all be one portion.
Each mushroom?
So that's 8 portions because 5 is a meal. So that's 8 meals.
Yeah, just right here. But it's only that's all that's currently here that you see.
But my thinking, and
Mhm.
Wolfric wouldn't know this, so that's not his motivation for what he's saying. But my thinking is, mushrooms don't necessarily come back the way that you might want them to. This isn't Minecraft. You can't just like grow mushrooms, by my understanding of things.
Correct.
But Wolfric is concerned about sort of the length of this cave, which is his thing right now.
Should we take them all or leave some behind?
Well, I think this might be a question for the little lady. I forget her name.
Shara.
It seemed like she knew a lot more about this sort of thing. So maybe we can bring like a fistful and then ask her what she thinks, and then we can come back.
Of course, I'll bring 5.
Give me another stealth check.
Cocked. Oof. Wolfric's not feeling stealthy today. 9.
14.
9 and 14. Okay. Okay. And then give me perception checks again, please.
God. Damn it, Wolfric.
With hinder
6.
1, because even though it's dark vision, it's still dim light.
0.
Okay.
Or actually 3. Never mind, 3.
8.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you're taking back 5 mushrooms.
We summoned the mushroom god.
Yeah.
We've angered it by feasting on its children.
We
Yeah, I
haven't
suppose we
even
take
eaten
5.
them yet.
We take 5 mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, but it hurt us.
And you start heading back.
You think a mushroom god doesn't know German?
All right.
We go back.
You start heading back. Okay. All right. And then Sharn, you were looking around for plants that might be useful. I'm going to give you disadvantage because you rolled a natural 1 before on your perception check.
All right. I was hoping to be able to roll a nature check.
Yeah, you can.
Or medicine.
If you're looking for plants that are just used for medicine, I will let you do that. Then yes.
Yes. All right. So I don't have disadvantage, or I don't have or I do have a hinder 1.
You do have. Yeah.
Well, all right. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Oh, that's not what it looked like from your reaction.
Yeah.
I was very frustrated because I could have gotten a 24, but I rolled a 4 on the hinder die.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you find, even though you looked at this area before, but you were kind of like more mesmerized, like, oh, I've never seen. This is supposed to be extinct. That sort of thing. You do find more of the plants that you originally did for like the numbing ones, which can help with like pain if someone's in a lot of pain. Or other uses.
How many of those would you say that I have of those? How many uses?
I would say you found 4, so you have 4 uses from just
and
today.
I have the ones I
plus,
originally had.
Yes.
So could we say I have maybe like 7?
Sure.
Okay.
However, they're in a very like subtle like state. Like if you use herbology or whatever the word, or like alchemy, whatever, anything that like mixes it like to make it proper, then it would be more potent. In its form, it has its uses, but not as potent as it probably could be. You also find a couple plants, I'd say about 5 uses of something that would help with burns.
I found aloe vera.
And
Fantasy aloe vera.
All right.
in about two, I'll say, let me roll a die. That's, okay, yeah, 2. You find plans for 2 uses of something that would help with someone's like actual just full on wounds. That would help
You
recover.
cut out a little bit.
Oh, sorry. It would be something that would help with wounds. 2 uses.
All right.
It's a healing
Like
plant.
to prevent infection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like a healing potion, but it's a plant.
I found Neosporin, guys. Ah,
Fantasy Neosporin.
Well, if she wanted it as potent as a potion, she'd have to do some chicanery. It's not the right word.
Yeah, no, that is the right word.
Okay.
That's a great word for it. Chicanery.
one moment. Sorry, we're having some technical issues.
Oh,
but
okay.
I heard you.
Okay.
You're just all cutting in and out for us.
Oh, you've been this whole time super lagged. For me, you've looked very lagged. So if you want to like exit out, yep, there we go.
Yeah, well, how does one... What do you do? Or what did you do?
I was not very popular. I was a. Would I know what the term was? I think I had
No.
said it before.
No, you wouldn't.
I
You shouldn't have said before. I just miss things because there's a lot.
I would collect money from people because
why
of
did
the
you do-
ruling class. It was a job, not the most popular job, but
So you got paid money to take money from people.
I did not keep the money personally. It was not. I wasn't some sort of thug. No, I just I was told to collect money.
Yeah, so you've some kind of thief. You've a paid thief.
That's what a lot of people told me.
That's what it sounds like, is it not?
So what's a name for it?
That's
yeah.
okay. People come up with names for things. This does not change what they are.
So I collected fees for living in the city.
Well, it does. What is the difference between a fee and just taking money from people?
Well, the money was used for building roads and
Okay, so if you have a sandwich and I take the sandwich from you, and then I say I'm going to put it in the road, that makes it okay?
well, you can't eat gold.
Well, okay, maybe it is not the best comparison, but you know what I mean.
It was not an enjoyable job, but if it was not me, someone else was gonna
If
do
you
it
did not enjoy it, why would you do it?
because it
I'm
was a
very
job,
confused by this.
because it paid well.
And so money is everything.
No, but it's a way to survive when you live in a city.
Well, I suppose I would not know about the city.
The way I justified it is that if I didn't do it, someone else would have.
Well, okay, comes back to the thing I said before about the sandwiches. If you witness somebody steal a sandwich and you say this is a terrible thing, and I'm trailing a little bit into the French area, and then you go and you take another person's sandwich and you say, well, somebody else is going to do it anyway.
Well,
And this makes it okay?
Well, again, you can't eat gold.
Well, okay, but you cannot buy, a road with a sandwich. This is not the point.
I'm not exactly proud of what I did. Nor did it make me
Also,
happy.
why would you do it then?
Because it was a job. I'm sure you've done things you didn't want to do in your life because you had to.
It's the only thing that I have ever done that I'm not proud of. It's having to put down my sheep.
That you had to do it.
Well, they were dying and sick anyway. It was going to happen, I just had to make it quick. And that is what we call a mercy. It is not merciful to steal from people.
Never said it was.
Ah, but you did it. Anyway, I do not mean to make you upset. I just was curious.
More, I wish there was more people like you in this world. Or were in this world. Past tense, present tense, regardless.
Will be? I think I heard something about being in the past. I was not following the conversation very well, though. I was distracted.
Maybe we're in the past. But I think there should be more people like you. And
Well, there's only so many sheep. You know,
That
once
there
they're all
is.
in a herd, you know, they cannot just...
that there is, but I wish I was more like you.
Well, there's still time.
So, Kat and Kat, what are you doing while Sharn is looking for plants?
I'm trying to remember what's in this area. It's kind of a clear area.
Mm-hmm.
You see quite a lot of blood on the ground.
Now, this isn't where you met the wolf. This is where you first started.
This is where we thought we were the A team before we met the wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon will be explaining things as she goes. If you're interested, kind of talking to herself and occasionally.
Cat is not.
Yeah.
Kat's kind of thinking about. She's thinking about the mountains and
Mm-hmm.
how cool it felt to be able to climb down from the mountains.
Okay.
And I don't know if there's a cliff face or something, but I think she's kind of messing about, kind of trying to figure out if she can climb better.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you want to climb trees then? That'd be the only thing around here that you could
I
probably
thought
climb?
there was some weird platforms or something because Ambriel couldn't get to the other people. He was on the other side of a valley or something, or a cliff face.
There's a 10 feet of it if you want to use that.
Yeah.
Sure.
She's just kind of messing around.
Yeah, you can do that. Give me an athletics check.
Athletics is 11.
11?
Do I get to use? It's not mountains, right? Because it's not really a mountain.
No, it's not, unfortunately.
Fine, then just 11.
Just 11? Okay. Yeah, you try, you're not doing a great, you're doing kind of an average job of it. You don't feel like the practice is really setting in. It's just kind of as good as you usually do. So, I mean, it's something you're working on. And also kind of to pass the time. But
if the cliff face seems a little too boring for her, she'll go over to a tree too.
Okay, sure, yeah. Give me another athletics check.
So cliff faces, boring. Been there, done that. Whoa, a 13.
13. Say, pretty. I mean, you're able to get up them, but it's not like it's easy. It's effort, and it's about as average as it could be. But you're not failing at it, and it is taking time.
Once she climbs up one of the trees, is there anything she can see from the higher vantage point?
From the higher vantage point, sure. Give me another perception check.
8.
8.
No.
Unfortunately, not. You're not really seeing anything.
Incredible. Yep, that's what she does.
Alrighty. Eventually, the other two come out of the cave.
Sharn, we found mushrooms in there.
Oh, good.
But we just wanted to double check to make sure these were edible.
She'll
There's-
take.
There's a lot more down there. There's a lot more.
All right. She'll take the mushrooms and give them a good old look over with a nature check, I guess.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Would it be nature or knowledge?
It would be nature.
Okay. Natural 1.
Natural 1. You're not. You haven't seen these before. You have no idea.
Great.
We're absolutely rocking it. Really just...
Oh.
Sharn will then go ahead and do the tests you generally do, so she'll rub it against her skin,
Mm-hmm.
see if she has a reaction. She's like, why don't you go get about half for now? And we can, by the time we get back to camp, we'll know whether they're edible or not.
Why not? Should we not just take them all, or?
Well, we could take them all. But we probably also want to cultivate them eventually. You can
Alright.
cultivate mushrooms.
Oh, good
You
to
just
know.
you just need a dark space, a very dark space, and good fertilizer to do it.
What do you put? Do you put like the stem?
Yeah, I think the hard part. That's the hard part is like isolating the quote unquote like
Yeah,
starter.
That
or
sounds like it would
seed.
be
Right.
very difficult. It would be a high DC. So they just grab them for these 5.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me come with you, and I can see if I can isolate the part that we can eat from the part that's growing.
Cat's gonna drop out of the tree, trying to land like behind Wolfric or Forlorn and scare them.
Oh. God.
okay, sure.
Huh.
Oh, I thought she was gonna have to make a roll for that.
Yeah, you are gonna have to make a roll for that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll probably say acrobatics.
A nat 1.
A nat
no!
1.
I'm so done.
You just fall on your face.
She does fall, actually, Mitch.
Yeah.
Oh, take 1 damage. Lucky you. So you fall out of the tree, not behind them at all.
I have block.
I guess it would do 0 damage then technically to you.
I have 2 block.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
so you fall on your back and you don't get hurt, but it like it stings.
Cat.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Cash, are
no.
you-
I'm fine. I
Ugh.
just wanted to spook you. But these stupid trees are like slippery.
I heard that. That
I
was a
need
growl.
everyone to switch over to roll 20.
God
Yeah.
damn
Ah,
it.
god damn it.
My block doesn't go away now, right?
No, it doesn't. It stays.
I have to go take medicine.
That's
For me
okay.
brain.
Go do that.
For me brain.
All right, I'm ending the call.
Are we leaving the call and then just doing everything in roll 20?
Yeah, if we have to go back here, we will, but we probably won't have to. All right. See you there. Okay. Everyone, you don't need to see what I'm doing. Oh, well, comments-wise. I able to change the video screen?
Oh no.
Oh crap! That's all the way up there.
I thought you were all gonna
It's
be.
only 10 feet.
Is it only 10 feet?
Yeah, I climbed it earlier.
Okay. Omid, you're muted, by the way. On roll 20.
You're right. I am. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only 10 feet. I could probably jump down and not even get hurt.
Hold on. Am I able to? Hold on. I'm gonna pause the recording for a second. Hi everyone. Yeah, sorry. It's gonna be a weird fucking cut because my stupid recorder decided to freeze.
Hard cut.
Yeah, fucking hard cut. Now I know what to do. So every time we switch from Hangouts to Roll20 now, there's gonna be a hard cut. So that shit doesn't happen again. All right, cool. Yes. So we are gonna have everyone roll initiative.
Oh shit. Oh no.
So add turn, add a turn, add a turn, add a turn. Sharn, give me a perception check after your initiative, by the way.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's the best Sharn can do. 17.
Oh, we don't have control of our pieces.
I'll give it to you in a second.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, aren't you fancy?
11?
What'd you get?
19.
I think this is you. Oh, I only have control.
Controlled by Cat and Sharn. Alright.
19.
Wolfric. Nope, that's Forlorn. My bad. Okay, there we go. And that. Now Wolfric now. Okay. Shard, what is your perception check?
17.
17. Okay. This dire wolf. Now that you know it's a dire wolf, it's a big ass wolf.
Yeah.
You notice a wound on its side. It looks like it's in the same place as a stick might have gone through it.
Aw, shite.
Oh, hey.
The fucking wolf that got us earlier. Please take care of it and we can bring some meat back to camp.
So, it goes first, unfortunately. I rolled very well. And I got bolster 1, which I didn't even need, actually. Because none of you saw it coming. It is going to... Yeah, there's a small little girl right there on the ground, already prone, just waiting for it. So it is going to go over there.
Fuckity hell.
You're being attacked.
Attack you. So, here we go.
Stop. You're violating the law.
Oh, that's 26.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Omid, you're gonna
Yeah.
kill us.
Yeah.
We're aware.
Well, no, hold on. What's his face? Forlorn has a class. We brought him with us for a reason.
Yeah, so, Cat, this thing goes up to you, and, let me see here. Yeah, I did claws. It deals you 9 damage.
Fucking
Yeah. Cat's just dead.
I have 2
She's
blocks.
unconscious.
I don't know
your
what that
block
does.
will do nothing. It's if it does that much damage or less. So your
Okay.
block will do nothing against it.
Yeah, I'm
No.
out.
-3 health, though. Which is
Yes.
important.
And then it'll turn to the rest of you and growl.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
So
No, we're good. We're good. I have a plan.
Nah, we're gonna die.
it could have been a lot worse. Could have
But
happened while you're all separated. Yeah.
Hopefully, A, it's still injured, and hopefully, B, it still has the wrong stats. That's all I'm saying.
No, it definitely doesn't if it's doing 9 damage. He said he specifically clarified direwolf. That's what
I
I
did.
meant. We're fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, Cat.
Because apparently almost killing 3 of us
I'm
wasn't
dead.
enough for Omid.
You specifically did go to the area where the
No,
wolves
you've
are.
got -3. So you roll a con save, I believe.
Okay.
-3. What?
-3 health.
Oh yeah, health.
That's- Yeah. She had 6, took 9 damage. Now she's at -3, but she doesn't die until she's at -6.
Yeah.
5.
5.
That's
You probably
-5.
you probably want to push this, and I will
You
allow
do want
you
to
to
push
do
this
that.
because that would be -5 to your hit points.
Yeah, I will push this, I
Okay.
guess.
So something bad will happen.
Yes.
I'll tell you what it is later.
Either
Because
this
you're
or
just
dying.
right. So Kat, that's your turn. As
Does
you're
she
laying
gain
prone.
any hit points, or does she just lay there?
Oh yeah, I guess it would be. It's technically a success then. So what's your con mod? Thank you, babe.
+2.
+2, so you gain 3 hit points. So you're at 0.
So I'm at 0.
Yes. So Wolfric.
Yeah.
This wolf just went over and slashed at Kat and then is looking
Yeah.
at all of you and growling.
So
It took a knife and it fucking flashed her.
I thought we went to the other side of the river, so we wouldn't run into the wolves.
okay.
No, we didn't. Because
So-
we have to explore this part anyway. We're gonna have to do it eventually. All the food anyone has ever found has been over here.
If I remember how this combat works, I have like a half dash,
You have a minor action, yes.
a minor action, which can be a half dash,
Yes.
a regular action, and a major action.
Yes.
Okay. Can I use my minor action to half dash up the little cliff face here?
Yes.
Wonderful. I would do that.
So
First and
it'll... Yep, it's just difficult terrain right there. It's very small, but you'll still be able to get up there.
Easy. Yeah, I've got 45 speed, so I'm
Okay.
up there.
Yeah, so you can move yourself.
So I am... Oh, come on, Wolfric. Up there.
Okay.
So, the other thing that you may remember
Okay.
is that I, Wolfric,
Uh-huh.
did not sleep last night.
Right. Oh,
But
you
I
didn't
regain hit
heal.
points.
Oh my god. Right.
But
Uh-huh.
I gotta protect Cat.
Right.
And in this moment,
Uh-huh.
again, this is a thing that we haven't talked about a lot with Wolfric's character in game
Right.
because it hasn't come up
Yeah.
much in game. But in this moment,
Uh-huh.
he is he's trying to save Cat. He really wants to save Cat.
Yeah.
And he would really, really, really like to do that
Uh-huh.
by just striking this wolf down in
Okay.
as few blows as possible.
Okay. Yeah.
Smiting it, maybe, to use a technical term.
So he's just hoping to smite. Sure.
Well, not in so few
What's
words.
he
Like,
thinking? So
he's
he's
thinking,
just... Mhm.
well, he's thinking. I guess he's thinking about that conversation he just had with Forlorn and about mercies and sort of the goodness of things and like surely, whatever power is out there wouldn't just let something like this happen. And
Mhm.
so if there could be the power to stop this from happening, he would like to have it.
Okay. Did Wolfric... Okay, just like whatever power.
Wolfric finds
Well,
religion.
Specifically, right? Specifically,
What's he? Does he have one?
Well, yes. We never discussed what the name of the god was, but
Uh-huh.
on his original character concept, I wrote down you wanted to write down his three like
Yeah.
major connections. One of his major connections is God.
Right, and you never gave me any description of that when I asked
Well,
for
because
it.
I didn't think I was gonna have to play the character, so I didn't think about it.
Even though I said to do it, even after you thought that. But yes, so is there any description you have of it right now?
The god that Wolfric follows is probably some kind of patron saint of like shepherds.
Mhm.
It's Saint Bernard.
Probably I would say the religion has sort of a heavy focus on sort of power and strength in numbers,
Mhm.
sort of like forming a community, like having sort of a strong base of like connection.
He worships
And-
Karl Marx. and or the Digger is the Christian movement from 16th century English
And
Civil
sort of,
War.
sort of stuff that could be directly or indirectly translated to the practice of, herding, shepherding.
Yeah. Does he have any like religious iconography or anything on him, like
He
symbolizing?
probably
this?
has, sort of like a subtle kind of like necklace with a little dangly thing on it.
The little dangly thing. Do you wanna?
It's got a
What's it got?
the holy symbol, like a little, like I don't know what it would be. Probably, I kind of want it to be like physically a sheep. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, you got a sheep necklace. You got a sheep
Yeah.
necklace.
Oh, does it have a little bit of like actual wool on it? Is it like wood and then it has
sure.
a little touch of wool on it?
Yeah, like a little tuck.
Thus speaks the archaeologist ready to create
Yes.
ritual objects. Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. So then, now that we've established that, tell me again, what is Wolfric thinking and feeling and wanting to?
Well,
do in
so
this moment?
specifically, as it would be filtered through this lens that we've just sort of created.
Yes.
Cat is a new member of his herd,
Mm-hmm.
and ever since he's found, first of all, people in general, but specifically now this larger group of people, he's been sort of on this thing about protecting them and making sure that everybody's okay, and sort of like putting others in front of himself specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And so, even though he's in dire straits at the moment,
Right.
he's putting himself sort of in front of Cat,
Okay.
and he wants to serve as sort of the bastion of community that he can be.
Okay. Give me, for now, let me see here.
For now,
Let me look you up.
if I miss this attack, I'm going to push it. I'm letting you know. And specifically, also Cat. So Cat is probably the first person that he met that he was like, okay, I need to protect this person.
Mhm.
And so now that specifically this is happening to Cat, this means a lot to Wolfric.
Sure. First of all, give me a charisma check.
Oh, not great.
You want to be a paladin without charisma?
Natural 20.
Get a natural 20?
Let me just eat my hat real quick.
Okay, well, never forget my statement where I added "for now," because there was going to be dramatic build-up and shit. But whatever. Yeah. So, let me see here. Let me look at this. Now I have to look at this over here. All right.
Nice.
So, your form of protection
Yeah.
of Cat is this. Is the protection prevention, or is the is it stopping the foe, or is it directly aiding what is this directed at? Is it
Right,
is it
so I
like
think,
aggression to like
my
defend
intent-
your herd,
Yeah, so
or is it leading your herd?
I don't think Wolfric sees himself as a leader. I think he sees
Okay.
himself as sort of a guardian.
Okay.
So
Protector.
Wow. Guardian, the exact word. Okay.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. What's your and you have your stat? You're hitting with your. You were trying
My
to hit with your
staff, yes.
staff.
Yeah,
Okay.
same way that I hit the bear earlier. I sort of
Mhm.
baseball bat swung it at the bear before. He's just gonna fully, once he clambers up the thing, fully
Smack.
right over his head, like bringing it down on this wolf.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Give me 1 second while I look this up.
Hell yeah. Class number 2,
Okay.
guys.
See, we have to be in danger to get classes. There's no other way.
That's not how Forlorn got it. But this
Nah.
is a faster. I didn't. Yeah. This is if you really want to
Fast track.
this is a
fast
crucible.
track it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to if we're gonna survive.
Man, is Forlorn not going to have the highest hit points in the group anymore?
Okay.
Probably yes.
All right. So you're prioritizing attacking, but you're not prioritizing yourself. It's okay. So we'll say this. All right. So give me an
Yeah.
attack roll.
Yeah. Let's see. Light weapon. So it's a light weapon attack.
Mm-hmm.
Two-handed.
Mm-hmm.
21.
That is a major hit. So I need you to, let's see here. This is a wooden staff. Something like. So first of all, I need you to roll a
D8
just a
for the damage.
Yeah, because you're doing two-handed. Yeah, so roll a D8 plus either plus strength. No, not plus your dexterity. Well, actually, you could choose. Yeah, you could do dexterity.
I think the light says you can do dex.
Yeah.
So 9 damage.
Dex
9.
save.
Okay, and then I need you to roll 3d6.
Ooh.
Uh,
Oh, fuck it up,
13.
Wolfric. Fuck
How
it
much?
up.
13.
So 9 plus 13, so 22.
Fuck
Okay.
it up.
And then I need you to roll a d4.
Okay. 2.
All right, 2. And then what did I say? 21 or did I say 19?
It was 9
20
plus 13
plus
is 22 plus
21.
2 is
22. Okay. No,
It's 24.
not including
Oh, okay.
not including the d4 that you just rolled.
Okay. Yeah, so 22.
So 23 from before?
22.
22. Okay.
It's 13
All right.
plus 9.
So here's what happens.
Yeah.
So feeling that protection and remembering, like you haven't even thought about your god
Right.
in this place because you've been too preoccupied. But you remember, this is your herd, and you have to protect your herd, and you can't do it on your own. Even though you're a very
Right.
solitary thing, like you still rely on
Right.
the god for what you can't do.
For my strength.
Yes, exactly. So you run up to this dire wolf. you run up the hill, holding your staff wide, and with that thought of I have to protect my herd, cat. Everyone else, you see a light shine at the top of the staff.
Yes!
Because this is a natural fucking... They've both been natural 20s, I think, for fucking getting classes. And you smash it on his wolf. This bright light explodes on it, knocking it back to the side. And this light envelops... It smashes into Cat, essentially. It envelops like the side of her shoulder where she was clawed, and the wounds start to heal up. What did you roll on your d4?
Just a 2.
Okay, d4 plus 2. So, Kat, you heal 4 hit points. 'Cause you're
Oh,
majorly hit.
incredible.
And you suddenly come to consciousness, and you all see that, like, what looks like this white light of like explosion hitting this wolf, and it's looking, when the explosion is over, Wolfric, it's looking badly hurt, like it's like burns, even though it wasn't like fire, and you didn't feel any of the damage that came off of it, even though and it didn't really envelop you. It kind of, weirdly enough, the explosion seemed to like focus in towards Cat, as if it was being like funneled.
Mhm.
But that is your minor action and major action.
Yeah.
You still have a basic action, and this thing, as I said, is looking very burned. Like on the
Okay.
like the left side of its face is all sorts of fucked up.
So I can make another attack, is what you're saying.
You can.
Then I'll be making another attack.
Okay.
12?
12? Does that hit? It might not. No, that misses, unfortunately. You were so surprised by that you completely missed, and this thing is going into, like, it dodged, being extremely fearful of you doing that possibly again. Sharn, it is your turn.
Wolfric is going to yell at Cat. He's going to... Forlorn will understand him saying run, but the rest of you will hear it as Lauf.
All right, it's my turn.
Yes, it is.
How much would it cost me to get up just right next to Cat?
Let's see here. 5, 10, 15. It would cost you 15 to get here, diagonal. If you wanted to get, like, right up here, it'd be 20.
I'll get here.
Okay.
And I will. She's still on the ground, right? But she's conscious now.
Mm-hmm.
I
Alright.
have 4 out of 6 hit points at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just gonna come and grab you, pull you up. Can I? I'm not very strong, but
Uh-huh. Yeah.
maybe
So
I don't do that. Well,
Okay.
I don't.
she is still prone.
Well, I don't know if I can lift her.
She's much taller than you.
I am a gnome.
You're both small. Well,
All right.
But isn't
I-
Cat canonically 5 feet tall?
I guess technically
let-
Cat's medium.
Yeah, let me check her hero forge for sure.
Yeah, and I only have a 6 strength, so
I don't know if you can take the help action to help me up. I don't know if that's a thing.
yeah, I don't know how that works.
You would just honestly, you would just do a. I would just let you do a minor action to help her up. I mean, just because you're not as tall as her, you could still give a hand and.
Yeah,
help her
okay,
up.
I'll do that. And I'm also going to if I can throw. I still have. I never got to use that wolf poison I had.
Right.
So I'm gonna throw it to Wolfric
Yeah.
Okay.
and
yeah.
kind of like mime like chucking pushing it at the wolf and Forlorn, tell him it's poisonous. For the wolf specifically. The wolf will not like that. And then I'll help. Can I help Cat up and then run?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Romantic juggling that
Yeah.
needs to happen.
Yeah, that's pretty much all Sharn can do.
Yeah.
So it takes her 15 to get back there.
Mm-hmm.
And then she will. So she has 5 more movement. So she'll go there.
And then, Cat, you are actually. Hold on. Let me roll this real quick. Yeah. Actually, whose turn it is? Actually, let's just go to Forlorn. I'll tell you afterwards the consequence. So, Forlorn, it is your turn.
I'm gonna use my major action to cast Ice Slide on Cat.
Okay.
You can dash, ignoring threatening. Can I get her down here without like her falling?
Yeah, I mean, it's a slide. You're sliding down.
Yeah, it's
I would
just
say
choose a
that's
creature
fine.
within range.
Yeah,
I gotta say, Ice
You
Slide
can
is
do that.
David's favorite spell.
it
Yeah.
is.
It's for
This is not the
repositioning
first of his
people at
characters to
my
know Ice
will.
Slide, and he cast it every single fight.
So move wherever you would like, whatever your speed is. Somewhere down here, preferably.
What is my speed? My speed is 50. Damn.
Right, I remember you're faster than Wolfric somehow.
Because I've got hella dex.
So your speed actually right now, you're fatigued. So your speed is actually -5, and you have hinder 1 to skill checks for the next day. For the next 2 days, I should say.
So
Or until
like,
you rest. Sorry, until you rest.
Forlorn kind of just points at you, and a beam of white light just hits you, and then you feel a shiver as it goes straight down to your feet as ice forms below you, and you just kind of slip down, and he's like kind of guiding you with his finger to wherever you end up.
Okay, so -5 speed, and what was the other consequence?
Hinder 1 dex skill checks. And just to give you more of a penalty for having to push in order to not die, you cannot push for the rest of the day.
Cool. So I slide my full movement? It's
Yeah.
still 45.
Well, you're next to the wolf. You were ignore threatening.
Ignore-
Yeah, so
Ignore
yeah.
threatening. I
So
will
5. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Yeah, so Cat, like ice forms underneath you, and you start sliding. You slide down like this little hill off to a little safe area right over here. And then for Lauren, you still have your minor action and basic action.
Yeah, he's gonna
If
use
you
his
have a
minor
minor
action.
action that you can do that kills this thing.
I'm gonna use my minor action to prepare
Uh-huh.
to bolster my damage on
Okay.
my next attack,
Yep.
and I can only cast cantrips now, right? Because I already
Yes.
cast a spell.
Correct.
He's gonna prepare, focus for a second,
Mm-hmm.
and then cast firebolt,
Firebolt? Okay.
which is a reflex ranged attack
Okay, so go ahead and roll.
at the wolf.
Yes.
At Wolfric, actually.
I assume at
No.
the wolf.
At the wolf.
No!
Oh shit! I forgot the Rick.
Run,
I mean,
wolf!
I forgot to get rid of the Rick.
It's a 29.
Jesus Christ! Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a major hit.
Okay, so
It's weak
with
to fires.
bolstered attack,
Mhm.
right?
Yes. So it does +2 damage.
So that's just +2.
Yes.
So it's on fire.
Yeah, it will be on fire because you majorly hit and it's weak to it, so it would have been on fire anyways.
So 6 total damage.
6 total. That's exactly how much hit points it had left, David. Because it was wounded the other day. Thankfully, it was wounded the other day, or it would have gotten a turn after this. So how do you want to? Yeah. I don't say how do you want to do this. That's not what I do. Finish it.
Yeah. After he's like panicking and
Mm-hmm.
using all his mental strength not to run away, he's like, no, I need to make a good impression.
Jesus
Fuck.
Christ.
He's gonna-
The difference in motivations.
yeah. He's gonna move Cat out of the way. He's gonna yell out, "It's poison for the wolf! Put it on your stick!" And then shoots fire at the wolf, aiming for the wound on its side,
Uh-huh. Okay.
and hitting it. Surprisingly, he's surprising himself.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so you shoot this. I don't know. I just imagined it was off screen. I imagined you were doing a finger pistol.
Oh yeah.
And it hits that wound that's already there, and there's this tiny little explosion, and it kind of like surprises you. And the wolf that's already really hurt gets knocked over on its side, and is deceased. It is on fire. You might have to, if you want to recover meat, it is on fire.
Can
All
you
right.
spell it?
Yeah. Sharn will.
Can't just spell it. You set it on fire.
It's no longer
we
magic
still in-
fire. Your
are
magic
we
fire
still
made
in
real
turn-
fire.
Are we still in turn order?
No.
All right. Sharn will pat Forlorn on the back and say, "Good job, thank you." And also, she will scramble up to Wolfric and also say, "Also, good job. You saved our lives, the two of you." And she will start patting out the wolf.
He's going to hand you back the little vial that you threw at him, and he's going to say to Forlorn, "She knows that I am a wolf, right?"
Well, I mean, you're kind of standing on 2 legs. I wouldn't call you a wolf. You're more like a wolf person.
This difference is minor, I believe.
I'll let her know.
Faith, make whatever check makes sense to you for putting a fire out on a wolf. I don't know. Make whatever makes sense to you.
I'm gonna use nature
Sure.
or crafting. They're the same. 16.
So, yeah, you put it out.
You successfully craft an extinguished wolf.
I crafted a fire extinguisher really quickly.
But yeah, you put the wolf out though.
Using nothing but your surroundings, you craft a modern fire extinguisher.
Are you okay? You got hit there pretty badly.
Yeah, it looks like I lost a lot of blood, but then that weird light hit me, and I'm feeling better now. Thanks. Thank you.
Oh,
The ice slide was fun. That was cool.
Wolfric
maybe we can do
weekly
that
up at the top of
later.
the hill.
But that was Wolfric's doing. I think
The ice?
the light is what I think brought you back.
Do I know what that means for Wolfric? I just want to be everyone's spiritual grandmother.
Yeah, it looked like.
Explain them their powers.
Yeah, make a knowledge check. Or if you have, like,
Alrighty.
a magic.
Faith is the
skill
old man
thing.
at the beginning of Legend of Zelda. She's like, it's dangerous to go alone.
Knowledge check?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a dirty 20.
dirty 20. Okay, yeah. Wolfric was summoning holy magic. And the fact that he did it through a weapon. Usually people like do it like through just like casting it, like as a ranged spell or something that's with their hands and whatnot. They don't like actually summon it into their weapon itself. Not that you know what the name of this is.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have even said that for sorcerer, to be perfectly honest, because there's a lot to keep track of. But what you would
Anytime
know
there's a
is
label.
Yeah. In the traditional sense, it would be like a paladin. Now that you can conjure up that word, but like, people they're usually like,
protector.
He's a holy warrior.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, no, Wolfric, and she'll kind of turn to look at you. And you've noticed that Sharn is very good at not speaking to Forlorn when she is trying to speak to Wolfric. She addresses Wolfric and is just expecting Forlorn to translate.
Well, as best as you can tell, Wolfric fully understands Common.
Okay, yeah. She turns to Wolfric and will say, you've been chosen by a god or a deity. You're a holy warrior now. It was more rare in our world before, but I guess here it's much more common.
Well, I suppose that with everyone gone, I'm a lot easier to see.
I assume Forlorn translates that for me.
Yeah. I was just looking at. I was curious, and I decided to look at Paladin's hit points, and I'm sad that I'm no longer the highest hit point in the group.
I do have a minus to Constitution, I think.
Yes, Mitch.
No, it's actually a plus.
You also, Mitch.
Yeah.
Wolfric is now a paladin with the subclass Guardian.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you said the actual word.
Is Wolfric hurt? I know he wasn't hurt in
Yes,
this fight.
Wolfric's very not in this fight, but he's very hurt.
Can Sharn
Wolfric had a rough day yesterday.
Alright, can Sharn take one of her what wound is it specifically, and so which of her plants would probably be most useful on this?
It was from how did you find
head
yourself?
wound.
One of them is just sort of generalized fatigue because he fell off of a cliff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A cliff's a strong word, like a ledge. And then the other one, he knocked his head fully into a tree.
Yeah, so he's got a head wound.
Do you think would my wound plant or the numbing flower probably help most?
The wound plant.
All right. What Sharn will do is Sharn will kind of like, I think we can rest here for now. And perhaps we want to take this back to camp. We probably don't want to keep foraging and drag it with us, but maybe we go get the mushrooms first. But Wolfric, if you want to stay with me, I can take care of that head injury. I'm so sorry I didn't see it earlier. Oh, no, she did. You refused.
Yeah, he refused help.
And so she'll start undoing the bandage. And then she's going to sit and ask, Forlorn, do you mind making me a little fire?
I probably can, but that would mean that the fire back at camp would disappear. I'm focusing on that in the background this entire time.
Oh, that's how that works. All right. Does anyone know how to make a fire in the traditional sense? Can I try crafting a fire?
Yeah, you just have to gather some wood.
I can help with the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make a crafting check. Someone's helping
Oh.
with the fire, so bolster 1.
Okay. Much better. 12. No, 11.
11.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be big.
Yeah, it's not a big fire. It's very small. You're not able to like get a roaring fire or anything, but it's something.
Okay. She's gonna take her mortar and pestle and take one use of the wound plant and start grinding it and then adding a little bit of water because she wants to turn it into like a paste.
Okay.
And then kind of using heating it a little bit to kind of turn it into a kind of congealed texture. I'm not entirely sure how botany or this works.
That sounds right to me.
You're making
She's
a poultice
doing
of some
stuff.
kind.
Yeah, she's making a poultice of some kind.
Listen, you've added description to it, and it sounds right to me. So.
All right. So she's going to do that and going to kind of heat it over the fire a little bit, and just kind of get lost in the motions a little bit, as this is very familiar to her, even though the plant is not. But she's also going to think about. We haven't discussed this, and I'm not trying to also level up into a class in this moment.
Yeah.
But I like to imagine that the Beatons, her medical kindred, the family that adopted her, and she's kind of identifies with now, used to be very magical, and are no longer because magic has kind of faded so much from the world. And so she's surrounded by two people who now inexplicably have magic all of a sudden. And so she's just kind of thinking about that a little bit.
Well, one of the other things you would know from Wolfric, for like you rolled very high for like the identifying the magic. You do notice he does have like a holy symbol.
I saw. Yeah. And as she'll kind of look up at Wolfric, and as she's putting, she'll start putting she'll let it cool a little bit, and put the paste on, first taking a little bit of water from a vial and kind of clearing it off, and making sure she gets some of the blood away. And then she'll kind of say, and the matted fur, kind of like unmatting it a little bit. And she'll kind of turn to him and she'll point at the necklace and say, your god is looking out for you, apparently. This is your focus now, the source, or not the source, but the, symbol of your power. Can you tell me a little bit about them? And she'll try to get Wolfric to talk to her, even though she can't understand, as she's applying this to his head. Right. So he's something to focus on.
Yeah, also roll a d4 of faith.
3!
3! You heal 3 hit points.
Hey. Cool.
And for stuff like that, you can only apply one at a time. Unlike something that was more traditional, like a potion, because applying it twice would do when.
If I put more sunscreen on, I'm not double protected from the sun.
Right.
What?
Thank you, Mitch, for making my point. Yeah. So you're explaining to Wolfric, or asking.
Well, I asked Wolfric a little bit about his god or goddess. I'm not entirely sure.
Kat is gonna scramble up there just so she can sit
so
next to everyone.
like the gang's all here, so I don't have to
right.
figure out what I want to say in German.
She's scooting on the other side of Wolfric. She's kind of poking at the wolf with a stick.
God, I'm almost there. Don't worry.
Sharn reaches a hand and will help him up as she's like done applying this wound.
As I said before, perhaps with everyone gone, it's just easier to see me. But I just usually we just refer to her as the shepherd. She is simply just a kind, loving sort of
protector.
Shepherd. I don't have right. I'm not sure how else to put it. for those of us who believe, she sort of acts as the way that I act for my sheep and for the people that I care about. I'm not much for words when it comes to things like this. I prefer to act.
Well, I've never been much taken to religious thought or worship, but if we are being looked being looked after by any deity, I'm glad it is this shepherd. And clearly, you have found favor with her. Whether it is quieter now and she can hear you more, or perhaps she came to you in the moment you needed.
Well, she wouldn't be much of a shepherd if she did not protect those who needed it.
Yes. And you, Kat, you feeling all right?
I'm feeling a little tired, but
Yeah.
I look a lot bloodier than I am. I think whatever Wolfric did was help me feel a lot better. Or
Right.
Wolfric's the shepherd
All right.
lady.
Let's get Forlorn, if you want to guide me into the cave and help me no, I can't see in the cave. Perhaps you could go and just get the mushrooms, the rest, or at least half of them. Between them and this meat, this will be a good meal. And we can head back to camp and eat.
Kat's gonna start she's been poking the dire wolf with a stick. She's gonna start sizing it up and see if there's a good way to drag it.
Yeah.
Back to
Make
camp.
make a knowledge check then.
Can I also roll to see if it would be a better idea to? Well, we don't really have any knives. We'll have to take it back
Didn't
to
bring
skin
them.
it.
Yeah.
A 6.
At 6, you can't really think of a good way to do it, unfortunately.
Can I? Now that I've sent Forlorn off on a task.
This thing is so huge. How are we even gonna get it back to camp? It's so heavy.
Can I looking around to see if we can build a litter or something like that to drag it?
Sure. Make a perception check, or make a luck check. Actually, if enough stuff is around.
17.
Yeah.
Almost
There's enough material around to be able to try and craft one of those.
All right, I'll start pointing out what we're going to need, and we're going to build a litter that we can drag along the ground, and we'll be able to get the carcass back much easier.
Okay. I'll help gather stuff for that.
All right, and then I'll kind of direct the building of it to make sure it's super structurally sound and can handle this heavy weight.
Okay. Who's taking point on this crafting check?
I am,
Oh,
All right.
okay.
because I have an engineering degree.
Sure.
Yeah. So do that with bolster 1, with people helping.
Just like to point out that Forlorn has an advantage on crafting checks.
Yes,
Well,
but I have a
Forlorn's
plus
not
6
here.
to engineering.
Forlorn's not here right now.
Oh, so he's in a cave.
19.
19. Yeah, actually, you were able to you're able to create a very sturdy one that seems like it could. It probably won't be able to be used over time a lot because this is a very big creature. But it'll definitely get it back there. And then you could probably use it a few more times. But a creature this size makes it much more decreases its durability a lot.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, once Forlorn returns, then we'll be able to head out.
Okay, for
And we
Lauren.
can confirm the wolves are still here.
Yeah, and make a nature check. Anyone who wants to.
there?
12.
3.
Mitch, you can. Oh, I was going to give you both 1, but it won't matter, Mitch.
Actually, sorry, 2.
Yeah. Kat, what'd you get?
Worse than that.
Oh, okay.
Worse than a 2?
Yeah, I rolled a natural 3, which is
Okay.
1,
I think.
All right. Never mind.
Well, I rolled a natural 4, so.
Right.
I don't know anything with my 12.
Oh, you rolled a 12. Oh, I thought you rolled
Yeah.
a 6. Yeah, it's weird that this, even though this is like a different type of wolf, this is kind of like a bigger one, and it's got a little bit of different features than you've ever seen before. But I mean, they usually travel in packs. You're not sure if this one. I mean, you've heard of lone wolves before, so it might be this case, or maybe this type of wolf just doesn't travel in packs. But that's definitely a possibility. And this might just be a lone wolf.
All right. Do I get the sense that this creature is in any way magical, or is it just big?
Everything's got a little bit of magic in them.
Yeah.
But
This wolf's not going to cast.
I guess what I'm asking is, can I try to assess whether I can get any ingredients for things out of it?
Does it have any magical wolf venom?
No, I more mean like, are we? Obviously I've kind of been basing Sharn off of actual herbalism,
right?
But if this is a world that has magic and every creature has a little bit of magic in it, surely something like a wolf's eye or like a claw might actually have magical properties.
You get the sense that this creature probably doesn't have magical properties. However, it's one of the things that people in the former world used monsters for. It wasn't just for like magic. They made like weapons and items like out of their parts, even if they weren't particularly magical. So like something like a powerful creature's like claws could be made into like a blade.
I know about that.
Right.
I'm mostly like, can I make a potion or something?
No, not out of this. I'm saying it doesn't have that, but you could use it for this theoretically.
Well, yeah, you can do that with any animal.
All right. You asked. and I answered, unfortunately, you can't do it for this, but you can do it for this.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so forlorn. After about 10 minutes, you eventually get back to the spot where the mushrooms are at. What do you want to do?
And there were originally 40.
Yeah.
And you took 5.
Yeah, so
that was 35, and there's probably something in the cave. Based on our rolls before.
I'm just gonna take 20 with me so that there's 20 in total.
Mm-hmm.
And then.
So you're gonna take 15.
So you're carrying all these.
Well, yeah, putting them in bags and whatnot, pockets, and he had a coin purse, but that coin purse is now empty.
Yeah, you can put them in there.
Yeah, he's putting them in various spots. Yeah.
He's a man of many coin purses.
Yeah, they're small mushrooms. You could probably fit them in like a pouch.
Yeah.
Okay. You doing anything else?
I'm not exploring this cave farther, if that's what you're asking. No.
All right, you coward.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're not doing anything devious? I don't know. Now that you're by yourself in a dark cave.
I'd start worshipping Satan.
It's the most devious thing I could think of.
He's just gonna walk back, thinking to himself.
Thinking evil thoughts.
Yeah, thinking evil thoughts, because apparently Forlorn is gonna be the big bad of this campaign.
Okay, so you walk back. What did you say he was thinking?
Evil thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to actually lead it to something. Okay, so yeah, you eventually get back after another 10 minutes. So Forlorn comes back about 20 minutes, 25 minutes later, with like gathering everything.
Right.
All right, let's head back then.
And they do not look like they could be replanted because they were just taken out of the earth.
Right.
Obviously, these can't be replanted. That's why we left them there for another day.
The other ones.
The 20 that we left.
The 20.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm a little tired, but I can help carry this wolf. I'm pretty strong. I used to help around the
If
fort.
only Cat knew she could be big.
We have a meta reason for that.
I know. I'm saying if only she knew.
It's called character.
I like it.
Growth.
I'm not saying. I'm
Jesus
not
Christ.
saying.
All
I'm
right.
not saying metagame it. I'm just saying, if
If
she
only.
knew, our life would be easier.
All right.
But it's okay that she doesn't.
I'll
She's gonna.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll help a little bit with the litter. I am not very strong, so.
All right.
Wolfric is also not very strong.
God.
Good thing you brought Cat with you, the only strong athletic one in all, you lot.
All right. So you all start heading back with Kat pulling the what's it called again, Faith?
Litter.
A litter.
Litter.
Litter. Yeah, you start pulling back the cat poop, and yes, David.
Forlorn will try to mark the trail so that they can get back here if need be, using like the cantrip zap to like put his hand on a tree stump or tree
Oh, okay.
trunk and just like zap it to leave like a mark,
Sure.
a burn mark or whatever.
Yeah, you could do that.
Once she starts seeing that, she's like, "Do we want to come up with specific symbols for different paths?"
Well, the lightning, small little lightning mark will show us back to the cave.
I was thinking more of like a circle or a triangle, maybe.
I will work on more intricate stuff when we get back.
Right.
All
It
right.
wasn't a criticism, just so you're aware. I was just curious what shapes you could make at the current moment. You're doing very good, Forlorn, and we really appreciate the work you've done.
Thank you.
Okay. So
Let me just write a name down.
As you all start heading back
People
to
to spare.
the shelter. Wow. As you all start heading back to the shelter, that is where we're gonna end tonight's episode.
Hey.
So Wolfric, you will work on your paladin in the subclass for next time. And then, does anyone have a good out for us today? Like if they would like to do
May
one?
your dire wolves always be dead.
May your dire wolves always be injured.
May your dire wolves always be injured enough to kill them before they kill you. Yes.
And your mushrooms plentiful.
And your mushrooms edible. Stay normal, my friends. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.